Anything like this. 12 News at 10 starts right now.
Tonight, safety experts are highlighting the dangers associated with inflatables after a Valley toddler died when a gust of wind picked up the bounce house that he was playing in. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. We first told you about the tragic accident yesterday, and now we're hearing from experts about what you can do to avoid anything like this ever happening to your family.
12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is in studio. And Gabby, this is just heartbreaking for that family. What do other families need to know?
Well, Mark Kriebe, the most important thing to pay attention to is the wind. The American Society for Testing and Materials says a bounce house should not be used when wind speeds are greater than 25 miles per hour.
This is the way we do it.
Every bounce house comes with a set of safety rules.
Things can happen.
The most important rule is securing it to the ground.
Clip. Get this one. Clip.
AZ Bounce Pro, a Valley Party rental company, uses a combination of sandbags and stakes to get the job done.
It gets too windy, starts raining, turn it off.
But even with these precautions, the company warns jumpers to get out when wind speeds are faster than 15 miles per hour.
You must turn it off. It's dangerous. And it's a liability. Your children is inside.
Experts say wind plays a vital role in many of the accidents reported every year, including an incident in Casa Grande Saturday afternoon. 2 kids were playing in a bounce house when a strong gust of wind carried the inflatable into a neighboring lot. 2-year-old Bodie Naff died from his injuries.
The wind has more power than you think it does.
A 2022 University of Georgia study found bounce house injuries and deaths are more likely to happen when the weather is calm and least expected.
A large percentage of these cases where the wind picked up or knocked over a bounce house happened on days when the wind was really not that strong.
States with the most documented incidents don't have regulations according to the study. Arizona does not have any guidelines or excludes inflatables from regulations.
I'm concerned that these injuries and these incidents keep happening. And I'm not a legislator, I'm a scientist, I'm not a policymaker, but I think states and jurisdictions need to think about what should be done here.
Experts agree play can resume when the bounce house is secured and monitored by a weather-aware adult.
Wind dies down, stops raining. Come here, boom.
We've learned the bounce house in the most recent Casa Grande incident was not a rental. The Pinal County Sheriff's Office has not yet answered our questions about how or if it was secured. Back to you guys.
All right, Gabby, thank you. New tonight, a Mesquite High School basketball coach has been identified as the driver who was killed in a crash on I-10 yesterday. DPS tells 12 News that 26-year-old Michael Taylor of Gilbert died after he was hit by a vehicle on I-10 in Goodyear. Taylor was involved in a 2-vehicle collision near Dysart Road. When he exited his car, a 3rd vehicle struck him, and he later died from his injuries. According to the high school's athletic department, Taylor has been part of Mesquite's basketball program since 2021. The department released a statement saying, in part, he definitely left a mark on our students and our program.
Taking a look at tomorrow, Phoenix's first 24-hour-a-day cooling center will open to the public at the Burton Bar Library. The center will be open until September 30th. The city says the center will have free bottled water, bathrooms, and enough space for about 50 people at a time to come in and cool off in the air conditioning. It'll be staffed by security guards and trained navigators who can connect visitors with whatever services they could need. Last summer was Phoenix's hottest ever, with temperatures hitting 110 or above 55 times, which was a record. Well, new at night, it has been a strange night at Chase Field, to say the least. We've all heard of rain delays or maybe lightning, but tonight a swarm of bees delayed the start of the game for almost 2 hours. Fans behind home plate, understandably, had to leave their seats while a beekeeper was called in to get things under control.
12 Sports journalist Cameron Cox is here with more. And Cam, this is definitely a new one.
Guys, let me tell you something. Bees and me, we just don't get along. Can't see that at the ballpark, right? Guys, we've seen it all at Chase Field this year, from a rain delay to bees at the ballpark, a colony just set up shop atop the netting right behind home plate. Everyone had to be patient while the team found a beekeeper. Matt Hilton then showed up. He left his son's t-ball game to come save the day, got a standing ovation, cleared out the bees, then threw out the first pitch.
I thought I was here to just take care of a bee problem. People were pretty hyped up. It's pretty cool. I can't say I've had that experience before and probably won't again, but it was pretty awesome.
All right, guys, here we go. Social media, unbelievable. Shout out Espo, by the way. Baxter tried dressing up like Spider-Man to help. It did not help. Before the beekeeper got there, they cleared everyone out right there, as you can see, from behind the home plate. Get away from the net. The bees even stopping cats in their track. Donut was into the bee delay. We won't hold it against him that he's a Dodger fan. This from Tori Lavello's wife. This may be none of my beeswax, but we have a bee guy. We have had this problem before at our house. Just ask Tori. He can give you the number. Loudest cheer of the night, the beekeeper. I love him firing up the crowd right here after the job was done. Guys, we got more bees coming up in sports. Kariba.
Yeah, Cam, I would have moved to my car outside
Yes!
the stadium.
Home.
Yeah, gone home. Yeah.
No,
thank you.
no.
Yeah. Well, if you're wondering how something like this even happens, well, it is actually bee season here in Arizona. According to the company Arizona Pest Control, bee swarms like this are most common during the months of May and June, with bee colonies producing an extra queen this time of year. Now, that causes the old queen and plenty of the workers to abandon the colony and then start new elsewhere. And tonight, that place just so happened to be at Chase Field.
All right, let's turn to our weather. Meteorologist Lindsay Riley is here with a first look at the forecast as we look ahead to some windy days this week.
Yeah, that's going to be the theme. Besides the heat, we will stay below triple-digit territory, but even with the highs in the 90s, it's still going to feel like a blow dryer out there from time to time. Up in the mountains tomorrow, we're talking 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts. Those gusty winds beginning at about 10 a.m. and continuing through 6 p.m. from the southwest. And here in the valley, a 10 to 15 mile per hour sustained wind with an occasional 20 mile per hour gust, particularly during the afternoon. Our sunrise time tomorrow, 5:39, 68 degrees at sunrise. So we're still looking at very nice temperatures early in the day and still good weather if you're looking to have lunch outside tomorrow. 85 degrees by midday, those 20 mile per hour gusts. But highs tomorrow very similar to today, mid 90s expected. We're in the 90s for the foreseeable future. Karibe.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Dozens of people gathered together downtown tonight to remember and honor every fallen Phoenix police officer. It is the 11th annual memorial ceremony, but the first time an officer killed in the line of duty back in 1944 was recognized. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono was there and joins us live outside of Phoenix City Hall to explain. Bianca?
Caribe Officer David Starr Johnson was killed in the line of duty 80 years ago this week, but it took officers doing some significant research about what happened to him to make this recognition happen. One by one,
Officer Robert L. Palmentier,
Commander Greg S. Carnicle,
names of heroes read out loud.
Officer Gennaro A. New,
Officer Matthew A. Hefter.
It's the 11th annual Phoenix Police Officer Memorial Ceremony.
Detective John T. Hobbs.
And each name marking a Phoenix police officer killed in the line of duty.
Officer David Starr Johnson. And to watch May 2nd, 1944.
Despite losing his life in 1944, this is the first time Officer David Starr Johnson's name is being read.
There was a couple of us who worked on this together. It was really good to see his name.
It took digging through documents and extensive research by Sergeant Vincent Cole and others within the department to confirm Johnson's shocking story.
The biggest problem we have is firsthand accounts no longer exist.
In May of 1944, 1944. Officer Johnson and his partner were working in downtown Phoenix and stopped a driver for a traffic violation. Records show that driver was an off-duty Phoenix police officer. And when Johnson proceeded to say he was going to issue him a citation, that off-duty officer shot and killed him. That officer was ultimately acquitted and brought back to work. He was later confronted by Johnson's former partner and shot and killed inside the former Phoenix Police headquarters.
We have to rely on primary source documents to kind of tell the story.
Johnson became the second Phoenix police officer killed in the line of duty and the first African-American officer to lose their life in the city. A significant sacrifice in the department's history that now, 80 years later, will be permanently remembered.
These memorials serve as a remembrance in perpetuity, and knowing that that will be there forever is that's a good feeling.
And Thursday actually marks that 80-year anniversary since Johnson's death. I'm told he'll soon be recognized on a national level at the Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. We're live in Phoenix tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
What an incredible story. Thank you so much.